This week on EV Rider, we've got a road test of the best-selling EV pickup. Ford's F-150 Lightning currently holds the all-time sales crown in the EV pickup space, and it's also the sales leader so far in 2025 at the time of this video's posting. That's impressive given how much competition there now is in the EV pickup space, but why? Let's find out. For starters, Ford has upped the Lightning's charging speed thanks to improving the maximum DC fast charging current from 450 to 500 amps. Although I didn't personally get a chance to verify the new DC charging peak speed, our friends over at Automotive Addicts saw a peak of 187 kilowatts. You know, I think the F-150 Lightning is going to have its most competitive year to date. While it so far has been the sales leader, now that the GMC Sierra is really cranking up and has a much greater range than this, I gotta wonder if it's going to be able to hold the crown. Rivian's also a very strong contender. And of course you've got the Cybertruck, which is a very polarizing truck in the sense that some people absolutely love it while others hate it. I'm not so sure the people that are looking at an F-150 are going to look at a Cybertruck, but I do think some of them are going to cross-shop a Sierra EV or a Rivian R1T. Getting the basics out of the way first, base Lightnings have a range of 230 miles, while the extended range battery can go up to 320 miles, and our specific configuration had a rated range of 300 miles. Of course, pickup drivers often buy their trucks for towing, and our Platinum trim has some decent towing chops with a max capacity of 8,500 pounds. And if that's not enough, you can option the Lightning for up to 10,000 pounds of towing capacity. EV pickups sometimes get flack for their shorter towing range as compared to some of their gas counterparts, but for drivers who only do local or regional towing, they'll likely be quite happy with the Lightning. When it comes to the Lightning's frunk, it's impressive. First off, it has 14.1 cubic feet of storage space, and check out how easy it is to access the 12-volt battery in case it needs servicing. And this truck is a real workhorse. It can push out as much as 9.6 kilowatts of power. To put that in perspective, that's enough to power an entire home, including central air, including the refrigerator. And it starts right here in the front. You've got 4 household outlets here, including USB outlets. And we're just getting started. That's because here in the back, we've got 4 more household outlets and a level 2 outlet that's capable of putting out up to 7.2 kilowatts. To put that in perspective, our Mini Cooper SE EV tops out AC charging speed-wise at 7.4 kilowatts. This is also a very practical pickup when it comes to loading and unloading. Here's a look at why. All you do is hit this quick release, and it's super easy to get up here. No muss, no fuss. So you can go ahead and fill up the toolbox or whatever you might be working on. Another nice touch is the built-in ruler in the tailgate for quick measurements while you're working or maybe even fishing. Out on the road, the F-150 is just about as smooth as you could possibly imagine. In fact, if you're coming from a gasoline or diesel pickup truck, you're going to find this is a new level of smoothness because, of course, there are no gear changes. There's no upper or lower power band as there is in a diesel or a V8. So when you step on that accelerator, all you have is torque. Another thing that's been improved for 2025 is Ford Blue Cruise. It's up to version 1.4 in the Lightning, although in the Ford Mustang Mach-E, it's already up to 1.5. But even at 1.4, I've noticed an improvement compared to the older versions of Blue Cruise. When you execute a lane change, it's practically immediate, where the older versions really had to stop and think for a moment. Also, the days of lane hunting are largely over. Ford also says the newest versions of Blue Cruise do much better now in severe weather, whereas the older versions would quickly give up when there was any rain in the area. The F-150 is also very much in its element on the interstate. It soaks up the imperfections, no problem. Another nice thing about our particular F-150 Lightning, it has the optional power sunroof. So it does have a shade that opens, and then the glass roof itself does open nice and wide. You know, this is such a big, comfortable vehicle. I can see going across the country in this and being very comfortable. I haven't had enough seat time to actually know, but first impressions are this would be an excellent road trip machine. Although our Lightning doesn't have it, Ford has released a Dark Elements package for 2025. It adds 22-inch black painted wheels on our Platinum package, along with black Ford ovals, badging, dark-themed exterior accents, and a black Nirvana leather interior. You know, not that I was expecting any, but just confirming I haven't heard any squeaks or rattles in the F-150 Lightning. Ford's also done a nice job with the F-150 Lightning's regeneration. You can turn it on or off, and when it's on, it's not at all abrupt. So right now I am cruising to a stop. And once you're parked, the work truck theme continues. This at first glance might seem like a gimmick, putting your shifter down, but it's not, because now your center console opens nice, wide, and flat for a laptop. And when you're done working, it folds up very quickly and reverts back into center storage. As far as the center stack goes, you'll find this display is also geared at practicality and towing. Continuing the workhorse theme, this is a very capable tow vehicle, so as you might expect, it does have a mode dedicated to towing. You can, of course, lock the differential. You can also take this F-150 off-road. As you can see, it's intended primarily for mud or uneven terrain, and specifically calls out the fact that this mode isn't really intended for on-road driving. Then, as is so common these days, you also have a sport mode that goes ahead and makes the steering more responsive and change the throttle mapping so you have quicker accelerations. And if you're in the rain or adverse weather, such as ice, snow, you've also got a mode there that's going to help out. And like many modern vehicles these days, the F-150 also has you covered when it comes to entertainment, including YouTube. You'll also find dual glove boxes for additional storage. The Lightning has acres of space here in the back. I mean, I've got so much leg room. And then you've got actually more cup holders than there are seating positions. So you've got two in the center armrest here. You've got two more right here. And then power ports galore once again. You've got two USB-C ports and a 20 amp household outlet for high-powered computers or other power-hungry devices. You've also got heated seats in the back and separate air conditioning vents, although one thing you do not have is separate temperature controls. And there are deep seat pockets as well if you wanted to throw a gaming console or laptop or other stuff back here. Our Platinum Series Lightning had a MSRP that crested past $89,000. There are a lot more performance and handling details about the F-150 Lightning that I didn't get a chance to touch on, but you'll find those in the written road test by EV Rider contributor Dan Scanlon over on the web at evrider.tv. And if you enjoyed this video episode of EV Rider, please go ahead and give this video a like, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the EV Rider YouTube channel so we can continue to bring you more adventures in EV motoring. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.